Howdy peeps and welcome back to the channel, and something of a kit review. I know it's technically an old kit, it's been around a while now, and yeah, but I've had it sat in my stash and it just occurred to me the other day I've not even looked in the box, I don't think. So this will be how to put it, a voyage of discovery for all of us. Now this is Eduard's 1/48 Eduard Draken limited edition. Again, I think I got it maybe last year, maybe the year before, I don't quite remember. As I say, it's been in my stash for a while and I just not got round to building it really. So without further ado, I'll get the box out of the way, crack it open, and let's see what we find inside. Well, while I'm doing that, I will do the usual beggy, pleady, whatever, however you view it, kind of thing. Be sure to like and subscribe and all that good stuff. If you're watching, you probably already are subscribed, so you know that's not an issue. And also feel free to share the video around, this or any of my other videos, if you think, you know, if someone might find it useful, share it about. So, right, we're in like sin. Now we just got to find the right main sprues to start with and shift the other. No, we can leave those in there. And we'll start off with the first bag, which contains the two larger sprues. There's not a huge amount to this kit, I don't think. I'm not sure whose plastic it was. I don't think it's Eduard plastic, or Eduard moulds. I think it's probably more likely to be someone like either Academy or Hasegawa, maybe Tarangus, because I know they make a lot of Swedish hairy planes, flappery things. We might find it written somewhere on the mould, on the sprue anyway. It just says 1/48 Draken, polystyrene. It doesn't say what it is inside it anywhere. So we'll start out, and I'll zoom us in a little bit, and we're probably way off centre. Yeah, we are, never mind. Hey, it's been a while since I filmed a kit review, so having everything straight and centred on my bench, not been happening for a while. Now we'll start off with the upper fuselage. Panel lines look okay to me. It's definitely not an Airfix mould. Fine, crisp, not overly shallow, but they're not that deep either. Well, as you can see, there won't be much to deal with in the way of seam lines anyways, so won't be doing much sanding on the top or indeed the bottom. Pokey device, pointy proddery, that'll do, paintbrush. So yeah, got some nice crisp recessed rivet detail, all looking good on the top. Then on the bottom, same kind of panel lines and rivet details. We've got some detail inside the undergear. Undergear? Where the hell did that come from? Undercarriage or gear bays, mixing the two up in one. Again, no obvious short shots or mismolds or flash or anything nasty to talk about. And the other part of the sprue is assorted griggly bits. We've got some pylons, I'm guessing, and gun covers, again I'm guessing, different options for, and various little flappy type parts, and whatever they happen to be. What may well be the rudder pedals as well, but you know, not overly fussed. And the next larger sprue has a rather strange box arrangement on it, which we should start out with. So this, I'm guessing, is for slide moulding purposes. So we have slide moulded exhaust nozzles and whatever that bit is. Some of the I'm getting my words confused today. So it's been a while since I did a model kit review. So some of the undercarriage parts, gear bay doors, and this way we have looks to be the ejector seat sides and more gear bay doors, instrument panel console or side console probably. And we have the wings, well I say wings, the wing tips I would guess, I think. And we do have similar levels of fine detail, fine etched panel lines. It might be a little too fine in places, but we shall see when we come to build it. Each is in two halves. There's the other half. There's a few little marks on the plastic, but I think that's just from rubbing inside the bags. Don't think they're sink marks. We should soon find out when we flip it over. Yeah, so the back of the ejector seat looks like the front mud guard, and tail fins, I'm guessing, of some description, probably something like that anyway. But again, very nice crisp riveting and panel line detail. And something in the way. And the cockpit tub. Yeah, a decent amount of detail in there. It's out of the box plastic. It's never going to be ha ha ha. It's like, I don't know what kit this was originally, how old it is, who made it. But no, as I say, I'm guessing it's not Airfix or Zvezda. It's probably going to be, as I say, either Hasegawa, Academy, Tarangas. It's going to be somebody in general makes decent kits. But yeah, that all looks nice to me. Let's see if these were sink marks on this plastic. If there's anything on the other side that might correspond. No, not really. There are plenty of ejector pin marks, but again all in places that are going to get hidden. Some of the ones I'm not entirely sure how it fits together. You might be able to get, these ones are raised, so you might need to sand some of these down, but meh, minor problem. But yeah, so all good on a second sprue. Still no sign of any names. Oh, super crinkly bag. I hate crinkle bags. It's almost like the manufacturers know someone's going to be trying to do a review of it, so let's use some really crinkly plastic so it just bugs everyone with the noise. So we have two tiny sprues, one with what I'm guessing is either intakes or nose cone in two parts, and the other with the instrument panel. Again, looks nicely detailed, plenty of raised and recessed on there. Actually some very fine detail, so if there is a photo etch one, I may well use the plastic one. So I don't think this comes with the zoom set. It might do, we shall find out when we get there. I'm not even sure what etch or resin comes in the kit. Next we have 3 sprues, or 3 small sprues attached together with wheels, drop tank, engine internally parts, some pylons, fiddly little bits which I'm guessing are either sensors, flaps, or parts of the undercarriage. Again, we'll have a quick look on the back. Nothing horrific there, so I'm not seeing any noticeable seam lines or flash or sink mark, nothing nasty. And we just have a repeat of the M&N sprues there. So we're sorted. Tyres, well, the wheels, yeah, not the great. I'm not going to say not the greatest, they're not highly detailed, but then no. The detail that is there is nice and crisp and pops, as it were. But they may not have had very highly detailed wheels in the start with. If something has a smooth dish wheel and you complain about the lack of detail, well, there's not going to be any, is there? So, exhaust nozzles or intakes, your guess is as good as mine. We'll find out when we look through the instructions. More pylons, sensory bits, and another instrument panel. I can't remember whether this is the 1 or 2 seater. Again, we'll find out. My knowledge of planes is limited, and my knowledge of esoteric Swedish planes even more so. But I say, all looks good on that sprue. I do get a funny feeling this might be Hasegawa. As it says on the clear parts, made in Japan, imported by Eduard, but then, that could be Hasegawa, Academy, Tamiya, blah blah, whoever. So, not a lot in the way of clear parts, so it's going to be a single seater, looking at the size of the canopies. And yeah, crisp, clear, nice delineations for the masking. Although being Eduard, it'll probably come with a mask set. Whether I use it, I don't know, we shall see. I sometimes find the Eduard mask sets not to be the greatest. Well, that's not necessarily true. They do the job, but by the time you faffed about filling everything in afterwards, you think, I could have done that a lot quicker just with tape and a scalpel. So yeah, we do have a mask set, pre-cut for what looks like canopy, wheels, lots of little round ones, so that might be instrument panels or lights or something. But yeah, we shall see. Chances are, if it's anything like I normally am with a kit that comes with a mask set, I'll forget to use it. And we had the first sheet of etch, which is bits for landing gear, guessing bits that cover the front at the top of the airframe or in the gear bays. So we've got the cabling and the wiring for the gear bays there. The bit that goes inside the engine, fan, whatever, afterburner ring, I don't know these technical things. The bit that you glue in and then you never see again. Let's go with that. Because let's be honest, who stares up the exhaust pipes of their kits, or down the intakes really. And yes, we do get a zoom set. As usual with zoom sets, colour matching could be an absolute pig. So, all depends how I'm feeling as to what I do. We get 2 variations or variants for the instrument panels and the various other bits around the inside of the cockpit and the seat belts, which Hopefully we can get those in without all the paint cracking and flaking off, which is really annoying when it happens. But nice. They look nice on the fret anyway. And we have the mystery box. Big box. So you're expecting, oh, could have a lot of resin. Let's see. It's probably only got a couple of bits. Oh no, we do get quite a bit actually. So we have, what do we have? Let's pop them out and have a good look. So we have a resin ejector seat, which nice, crisp. Guessing there's other bits that go on it. Yeah, we've got the seat pads and the headrest on this. Yeah, back pad and headrest. So sitting in there like that. So yeah, that could well look quite nice once done. Well, it looks like there might be a teeny tiny arrestor hook, and then pass underside of the maybe canopy cowl, something, I don't know, something like that. We'll find out when it comes to it. So I'll pop all those back in the bag to keep them nice and safe. And as usual, any little bits of resin flash or whatever that you think might be flash that drop off, keep hold of them because you never know. And the second bag, well, we don't have to worry about kit wheels, do we? So we have 2 different types of wheel centre. I'm guessing 2 different variants, flavours. No, it's Eduard resin, so beautifully crisp, well cast, all that good stuff. Then we also have 2 sets of 2 different types of other side of wheel and tyre, with the flat spots moulded or cast in. I say cast in, the bit where you're going to saw it off is going to be flat, let's put it that way. Again, nice and crisp and cleanly moulded, or cast I should say. Let me just bring some of these up to the camera a little so you can see a bit better. I'll pop one of the nose wheels on there as well. Once that gets its focus on, there we go. All looking mighty purdy. So yes, if the wheels were a weak point of the kit, then they're not anymore. I do think this is what Eduard do, is they take a relatively decent kit by another manufacturer, address any shortcomings it may have with photo etch and resin, and pop it back out again, which, if anything, to me it just saves you having to go out and find the etch or the resin parts from whoever sells them. And it probably works out cheaper in the long run. Get it all in one boxing. And there may well be other bits people might want to replace, but for me that's the main thing. So this kit has 5 different schemes in it. Thankfully not a huge amount of stencils. And yeah, cartograph decals, so I mean, they are shiny obviously, but you know, all crisp, in register, good solid decals. Yeah. As I say, the cartograph, you can't really go wrong with them. And when I look through the instructions, I'll have a better idea. Well, it says 2016, so it's probably only, you know, at most a 2-year-old kit. As I say, but whether they're still available, I would have thought so. I mean, Eduard call them limited edition, then make blooming thousands of them. I do personally think it's high time they got hold of the Hobby Boss SU27 and did a limited edition one on that with about half a ton of resin and half a ton of photo etch, just to really bring out how cool that kit is. Then we have the instructions, which I'll zoom you back out for. He says, well, at least I remember the right way to zoom out. Usual bump on the front about the Draken. Sprue maps. Paint colours in Guns, Aqueous. Yes, Aqueous, Graham. Mr. Colour and Mr. Colour Super Metallics. Generally fairly standard colours. Light gold grey, olive drab, dark green, fairly standard colours. Probably not going to need most of them anyway. Then we go trundle through. So cockpit is basically saying cut off all the internal detail and stick on the photo etch. See how I feel when I get around to it. As you can see, once you got all that done, the cockpit tub just goes in the fuselage and the fuselage gets stuck together. So that shouldn't be too tricky. And out of those two bits were the intakes rather than the exhaust, single exhaust obviously. Dull. But two different options of exhaust for, I'm guessing, different versions of the plane. More PE parts going on to tart things up. Wrapped around on the inside of the intakes. Yeah, not liking that. That will require a lot of annealing to get it to play ball and do what you want it to, and not pop off randomly. And landing gear going in. Again, just like any other kit, just with a few more poncy parts. Getting the feeling this might well be a Hasegawa kit, because we get all the pylons, but we don't get any weapons. Yeah, it's going to be Hase, isn't it? Putting the seat together, putting the seat in, putting the canopy on, where the masks go. So we've got masks for the wheels, tyres, and for the cockpit. And the wheel ones won't be used, and the cockpit ones probably won't be used. Anyway, colour schemes. This is the interesting bit. So, oh god, I'm not even going to try and pronounce, or shall I just for a laugh? So J35F from F-10-1 Jagdflyg Division, Captain Vincent Arlen, Angleholm Barracks, I'm guessing, Barkakra, whatever it is. Which is in the dark grey olive drab, well, it might be dark blue olive drab on top with no, it's just going to be let's see what colour it says, H82. So dark grey underside with olive drab and dark blue top side. That could be quite cool. And with the red fin with the ghost decal on it. And we have another one with the similar or the same colours, a slightly different camo pattern, and the orange stripy bits. And one in the two-tone grey with the number 12, celebrating the 1 million flying hours. Dang, that's a lot. And then finally the easy option, the one that is just all dark green all over with a minimal amount of decals. A Danish Draken. Yeah. Green OD. Yeah, so yeah, olive, basically dark olive drab. So yes, yeah, it looks to be an interesting kit. I may well get round to building it at some point in the not too distant future. As I always say, if there's you've got any questions, stick them in the comments. I'll see if I can answer them. At least with modelling, I've got a bit more experience, so I might actually be able to answer them, unlike some of the aquarium questions. And go on, close. Thank you. See if we can get that in straight again. There we are. So if you've got any questions or anything you'd like to see me do or try to do, or laugh at my inability to try and do something on camera, just let me know in the comments or Facebook. You know where I am. You know who I am, where to find me. So yeah, but hope you enjoyed having a quick look through this box. Well, not so quick. Enjoy your modelling. Peace out. Rock on. Just for Graham. And see you later. Bye bye.